Hi, I'm Elizabeth Otters White, and I'd like to take a couple minutes to talk about the experience of writing my book, Well on Your Way, an Assistant Professor's Companion. And in particular, right now, I'd like to talk about the decision to include prayers in the book. Because as you can imagine, that was a little bit controversial, at least in my own head. And it took some time for me to come to the decision to include them. So initially, I felt that pull. I was really drawn to them. And yet, I was aware that not everyone subscribes to a faith tradition. Not everyone considers themselves spiritual. And I really wanted the book to feel inclusive, to feel that it was available, to everyone, that it could speak to anyone who felt drawn to it. And so I was hesitant. Um, and so over time, I just kind of let it sit, let it percolate, and I just kept getting drawn back. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe I can do the prayers, but they can be a separate thing. And then I thought, well, maybe the prayers could be part of the book, but just in an online appendix. And then it was, well, maybe the prayers would be in the book, but at the end as an appendix, a printed appendix. And finally, I just had to sort of sit down and have a heart to heart with myself and just admit to myself, no, the prayers are an integral part of this, and they need to be there. And I'm so glad that I made that decision because I've gotten feedback both from people, for whom their faith is a very important part of their lives, and also from people who fully admitted, oh, when I heard there were going to be prayers, I was like, ugh, I'm not sure. But I read it anyway, and the prayers ended up to be one of the most powerful parts of the book for me. It was like hearing someone admit things I would only ever dare to say to myself in my head, in private, in silence. So that has been really gratifying and has made me really happy that I made the decision ultimately to include the prayers. So that's the backstory on inclusion of prayers. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Take good care.